Good day! Filipinos are becoming more conscious of what they eat and are gunning for balanced meals. There's one outlet that offers this and more, and this is our topic for today's episode of BusinessMirror's Freshly Brewed. Like great coffee to savor, Freshly Brewed tells compelling stories through the interaction between the most interesting people and BusinessMirror's roster of journalist hosts, discussing the hot issues of the day or topics still unfolding or brewing. Café K is the latest venture from the group behind the popular Kinetix Gym brands, Kinetix Lab, Kinetix Plus, and Kinetix Kids. Café K provides a conscious and informed dining experience. Let's hear more about this from Chef Carlos Lanzona of Café K, who also happens to be a three-time, not one, not two, not three, but three Philippine strongman. We'll be having a conversation with our very own John Eiron Francisco, BusinessMirror's multimedia content producer.
Hello everyone and welcome to another freshly brewed episode here at BusinessMirror. I am Eiron Francisco, your host for today, and I am so glad you could join us. Now before we get started, don't forget to hit subscribe on our YouTube channel and follow us on our social media pages so you won't miss more stories that inspire, inform, and keep you updated on business and beyond. Today, we're talking about something that excites me personally: food, fitness, and finding balance. Because more and more Filipinos are asking, can I eat healthy and still enjoy what's on my plate? Our guest today proves that the answer is a big yes. He's wearing many hats, that's starting out young in the kitchen, working in some of the country's top hotels and restaurants, and also making his mark as a three-time Philippines' strongest man in the national powerlifting champion. And now, he's blending all of that experience and discipline into a new cafe concept that's not only mindful but also delicious. Please welcome Chef Carlos Lanzona. Chef, it's so great to have you here and welcome to the studio.
Thank you for having me here.
Alright, so let's start at the very beginning. You've done so much already, but take us back. Papaano na po yung concept ng Café K? Was it naturally grow or pamahanap mo na to before pa?
Matagal na siya in the works. Just to give you a backstory, I started out as a sponsored athlete of Kinetix Lab, one of our sister companies. Mm-hmm. So since 2016, I've been going to the gym. I've been representing them sa mga competitions, you know. And then one of the owners has always talked to me about starting up a health brand. Unlike any other na hindi siya gimmicky, we wouldn't be following trends and stuff like that. Cool na lang talaga yung flexible dieting and something na mas sustainable as a lifestyle choice. Not something na you do lang for then pabalik na naman yung timbang. And then, fast forward to 2023-4, we started a luxury gym concept called Kinetix Plus, and there was space for a cafe. And then, kami lang nung nutritionist namin, si Dan, we started prepping at home sa bahay ko, and then nadali namin sa cafe, and it started selling out. And then, it got to a point that the pop-up concept na may cafe, may macronutrients and calories na display became too big, and it had to move out na. So, doon nagsimula yung cafe.
So cafe actually started as a pop-up in one of your Gs. Then grew into the pre-orders and now standalone cafe.
Yes.
Right? So did you ever imagine it would grow into a full fine dining space?
Yeah, actually it's funny because I started working with the gym company because I no longer wanted to cook. It's been a decade more in like elite kitchens, medyo napagod ako. But then that was the pahinga na that, would that help me get back yung groove ko sa kitchen. And then, I didn't imagine na from something na parang medyo minamanage ko lang, then we eventually scaled up to from having 2 people lang, and now we have a whole team backing us up. Solid.
So, anong parang response na natanggap mo? Kasi, you mentioned na nagluluto ka sa bahay, then yan is the gym. So, anong parang response ng mga gym goers at that time? Na nag-spark sa'yo or nag-trigger sa inyo na, ay, let's put this cafe.
Kasi, well, dun sa area namin nung dating pop-up, it's at the mezzanine of one of our gyms, there were a lot of food choices already. And it was very flattering and parang nakaka-assure siya that we were doing the right thing. When our gym clients, our members, go up to us, parang hinahawakain sa baba, dito na lang kasi it's nice naman, it's good. And I can see this, me eating this every day, parang consistent yung pag-track nila, ganun. Okay naman. Back then, we were running a prototype of what is now Art Meal Prep parang business. Back then, we had like less than 10 people subscribe, and we were just cooking it from the cafe, like in Bakra Poker lang, ganyan. And then, people with diabetes has handled their blood sugar better na, with the help of our coaches, nutritionists, napababa na yung timbang ni ma'am, na bumigat na si sir, getting his muscle mass na gusto niya, etc. So, not only the feedback, but the client journey and being part of it, changing people's lives in that manner. Alam mo, hindi siya kailangan restrictive, hindi siya kailangan okay na keto diet for, and then, ayun lang. And then, from that, we make it a point to communicate that. Na parang hindi lang yung bibigyan ka ng pagkain, kainin mo yung papet ka. Bibigyan ka ng pagkain, gaganda ka doon mo. It's more like, bibigyan ka ng pagkain, let's take 5 minutes of your time, I'll explain why it works. Parang gano'n. So, yun yung parang
So, hindi na pa na kayo nag-go-offer ng mga meals, kundi meron din involved na nutritionist.
Yes.
So, what made you decide or na involve ang become profession?
Okay, so, syempre, I've always been heavy most of my life. But this time, might not look like it, pero 150 kilos ako. But my shirt fit better kasi I train. I don't lose weight naman kasi I compete super heavyweight. Marang division weight class niya. If you want to start something, it has to be pasote. We don't want to cut corners. And also, we've noticed, when we were doing our market study, nag-subscribe ako sa mga alam meal plans. We were weighing it down and we were checking the calories and the macros. Not all of the meals were accurate. So, being part ng Kinetix Lab or Kinetix both companies, we are known for being evidence-based and very technically proficient. So, we bring that value into the food. So, kailangan kung we're doing macros and calories, kailangan nutritionist. Currently, we have 2 registered dietitians. Tapos yung isa doon is also one of my chefs. So, parang ganun. Kung if you're gonna do something, do it right.
So, gaano naging mahirap for smoothing journey, no? Na i-establish tong cafe no po? Meron ba challenges?
Yes, because of the scale, a lot of people that start businesses parang underestimate namin yung scale. You started out the cafe and then eventually napupuno na yung mga chillers. And then that's why we have to move out na. And again, we're facing the same challenges of infrastructure, which is good problems to have. And also at the same time, yung transfer ng knowledge. It's very hard to get the pool of talents na, may idea kung what are macros, what the process is for making food a bit healthier. So it all boils down to training and time.
Alright, so for those hearing about cafe for the first time, can you share what sets it apart?
Okay, so what sets it apart is that a lot of places naman offer macro tracking or whatever. But for us kasi, we want to focus on having that sense of community, educating people in a easier fashion, na hindi naman preachy. So, we aren't fans of very restrictive dieting. So, we want to be able to teach people how to flexibly diet. Na kung ano yung fit sa macros nila, they don't have to avoid ingredients. Kasi, di ba, mahirap when the word dieting comes along. Then you have the other end of the spectrum ng mga nagda-diet down.
Yeah.
Which sometimes they develop eating disorders, problems with how they look, mga ganun. So, we wanna be the opposite side of that. Parang lifestyle choice, flexible dieting, knowing that life is basic, na parang di naman every day, all the time, you can do the best version of your day. So, that's where we come in, na iba yung messaging namin. In terms of the cafe side naman, what sets us apart is, aside from the macros, we train our service staff. And also, we have an in-house dietitian na lalabas siya. She or he is gonna talk to you. And then, pwede ka na rin parang mini consult in that sense.
Alright, so we always hear people say track your calories or follow your macros. But what exactly do we mean sa calorie and macro breakdown na ginatawag na ito? Is it different from calorie deficit or numbing your calorie deficit?
Okay, so, without being too sidesy, or can I? So, kasi every person has sabihin na ng an amount of HP every day. Let's put in video game terms. Na kailangan lang ng katawan nilang energy to function every day. So, yun yung nakoconsume ng katawan mo ng calories. If you want to lose weight or gain weight, you just have to eat more calories or eat less calories than lose weight. So, yung macronutrients naman is going beyond that. Na tatap mo na yung gusto mo or kailangan mo protein, carbs, and fat intake. Para maging mas efficient yung pagpunta mo nun towards your goals. So kami, we subscribe a balanced naman na macros. And then, yun yung macros.
Alright. So now let's talk about the food. Kasi syempre, cafe tayo. Pero I just wanna know, if I walk in right now sa cafe mo, ano yung parang step-by-step experience na ma-expect ko dun?
Okay. So when you come into Café K, you'll be greeted by our service staff. And then, taken to your seat. After that, you'd be shown two menus. So one is from our Bic and Juice menu. And the other one is like we have a set a la carte na parang breakdown. The set Bic and Choose menu, you just choose your protein. Like may vegan options na naman, chicken, pork, beef, tuna. And then you pick your sides, yun yung pinaka-starch mo, you pick your sauces, etc. And then that's it. Pero each component ng Pick and Choose menu has a macronutrient breakdown. And we're working on an app para click. So that's it. There is an in-house nutritionist, dietitian that will check on you, on your table, and inform you on what you ate. Na parang would you like to know ano yung calories nung kinain mo? Would you like to talk about ganito ganyan? So that's how we would differ, I'd say. Is aside from that, we want to know whoever it is that comes into our door, and then build that kind of like informative exchange with them. And hindi lang nagsa-stop. Nasasabi ko, ito yung macros mo. Yun na yun. So we want to explore that further. It build a dialogue.
Pero it's more of customizing your meal.
Yes, you can. Kasi nga, we have lots of choices naman dun sa parang pick and choose option. And then, kasi yung customizing meals, it's not really something new na. Pero because of that customization option, kunya nag-diet ka or you want to gain more weight, you can pick the ones with more protein or you can pick the ones with less calories. So you pick those. Dun na nagbabago.
Alright, so Chef, ano yung mga must-try or best-sellers so far? Kasi parang narinig ko, meron din mga pre-order meals or ready. So, ano yung mga recommendations nyo or best-seller? If I bring my friend there.
Okay. So, we've been having lots of orders for our, parang bird basque protein cheesecake. So, ngayon parang we started selling it slices lang. Kasi yung mga bobo cakes na binibilan ng mga tao. We also make a killer tuna bowl. And, as an option for people that like to drink. Alam mo yung mahilig ka sa chicharon tayo. So, we made our version. It's made from mushrooms. That's my signature homemade sisig sauce kami. That has been a hit so far.
So, hindi lang siya more on clean food or clean diet.
Yun. So that's the thing, no? When people say clean, it's a bit misconception kasi anything can be clean na. Humulagay ng mantika, it's gonna be clean, di ba?
Correct.
But for us, we don't want to antagonize any food product or anything na I can still serve you fried chicken, but if it pasok siya sa calorie index na kailangan mo for the day to not gain or lose weight, it's still within a healthy diet, di ba? So that's one of the messages that we wanna come across sa mga tao. So it's not necessarily clean, but there are steps that we did to ensure na it has less calories or it has less fat para mas maging sensible siya. We don't want to serve people. We don't want to start a restaurant and serve people food na they can just grab from the garden or the palengke. So we still want to make food pa rin, but sensibly made.
Would you recommend ba na mag-DIY computation or, I mean, walang say from the expert?
Yeah, so I would say ako yung cautionary tale in a way, because as I've said, I've been competing in powerlifting strongman since 2016. Well, athlete sport naman to, pero I think relatable pa rin. I've never had a coach, which is funny because I coach people like online sportsmen, mga clients ko. So, but when I did have a coach, I won. Like, Philippines Strongest Man, I spotted the heaviest sa buong Pilipinas back 2 years ago. I should have availed someone that really knows what they're doing. So pagdating rin sa dieting down, it's the same eh. You can't allot for all the factors that happens in your life. Na kailangan mo on-the-spot changes. It's hard eh. Ikakupin mo ulit. And it's something so important for you na you want to learn how to do it. Might as well hire someone na sobrang specialist. I wouldn't advise it agad-agad na first step. I would say, see your registered dietitian first, talk about your goals. And then, siguro after a year or two of consulting, you probably know what's up. Huh? Pero, na magmamaranong ka, it's your body eh. Take care of it. You can cut back on some expenses eh. Pero if you wanna do this right, you do this right.
So, when people hear about healthy food, they often ask, "Oh, it's expensive." Gaano ba ka-expensive or kataas yung price? So, meron ba tayong nilalagay na price para nasabi natin healthy, you know, or what?
That's a good question, Aaron. So, bumibili ka ba ng chicken nuggets?
Sometimes.
Kasi ako meron akong chicken nuggets sa bahay. So like a kilo ng chicken nuggets sa Pure Foods is like 600, 550 pesos. A kilo. And these are things made with preservatives, carb starch fillers, mga sugars, diba? And then breading, whatever. It's probably like 30% chicken. And yung nutrients na makuha mo doon, it's next to nothing. And then a kilo of chicken ngayon, kung sa supermarket na filet, 375. Dagdagan mo na ng konti, it's like 2 for 1 na. But then people would still go for the convenient thing, diba? I don't think it's a matter of expense, it's a matter of willpower and habit building and all the hard stuff that you have to do if you want to pursue your best version, the best version of yourself. It's the difference between a chicken nugget na purchase or like 2 kilos of chicken breast. I don't want to be hypocritical about it because I also do that. Pero yun yung answer if it's cheap or not. It's not. Kangkong is 10 pesos sa labas. Sa local talibapa mo, 10 pesos isang tumpok. You can stew it, stir fry it. I mean, it's about willpower. So I wouldn't say it's expensive because I've been training as like an athlete for a decade. Nung dati, minimum wage lang ako. I still get to prep my meals. So yun yung answer.
So we don't need to spend a lot.
And that is to be healthy. Yeah. So, and then also, if people say na, wala akong oras dyan, pre, ganun. Mahal na, so wala pa akong oras, busy ako. And then, just do it earlier. I had moments in my life na may 10, 15 akong lock and lock na laban lang kanin gulay, manok, eh. Yun lang.
Pero ano ba yung common habit ng mga Filipinos? Kung bakit parang nag-50-50 sila to engage themselves sa pagiging healthy living?
Yeah, I'm also guilty sa mga ganun. Kahit ngayon, I still have phases in my life na it's so hard to get back on the saddle and get healthier because of all the things happening. I guess ang common na nagiging problem or challenges of the modern day Filipino will be forgetting that life it comes in phases. It's basic, no? I get fat today doesn't mean that it's gonna dictate my whole life in the next few years. Eh? If I stop my diet or my birthday's ninong, doesn't mean the next day I'm gonna start eating everything. I would say na they think it's a project.
Okay.
It's a balik alindog.
Balik dog.
It does more harm than good, eh? You fall down the wagon, you just get up. The next day, you start again. Or like, after Christmas na, chong. Tol, next time na. Ako magsisimula kasi wala pa akong gym membership. Or next time na kasi hindi pa ako nakakabili ng sapatos. Those are things na I would say na keeps us from getting to our goals, whatever it is. It's the sandali lang bukas na, which is also my problem. So, yeah.
I think it all lies on the mindset. But
You tomorrow, do tomorrow. So yun, gawin nila lang kagad. So that's what I'm trying to do as well.
Alright. So, meron ka bang mag-recommend dyan na parang DIY or budget meal sa ating mga timbahay?
I mag-stock up. I think pinaka best thing is that you guys learn how to cook. Kahit simple, pakulo lang. Ganun. And then, it would open up a lot of choices na pwede ako tokwa 2-3 times a week and it's cheap. It's a good protein source kahit paano. You know? You get garbanzos na mura lang naman yung can. It's a good protein source also. You learn how to cook canned tuna. Di ba? Lagyan mo ng kangkong. You stir fry, lagyan mo ng spotting sesame oil. And it's almost like may fancy version ka na ng ano. So, what I usually do is I just cook 4 eggs, a can of canned tuna, bagong steamed rice, and then may seaweed ako galing sa supermarket. And for me, parang medyo luxury food here for me when I get home from a diet day. Okay na, I'm done. So, something like that costs less than 100 to make. And then, you get 1 meal per day na alam mong pasok. You know, you don't have to think about your next 2 meals na for a minute. Tapos na to.
Yeah.
I would suggest having 1 fixed meal per day if people wanna eat healthier. Kasi pag nakaset na yung first meal mo or second meal, third meal mo of the day, hindi mo na siya iisipin. It's always gonna be the same. You can adhere better. Hindi yung parang sobrang magugutom ka and the next thing you know, kumakain ka na ng ice cream or hot dog or snack outside. So yun, pagpaon kayo.
At saka, with social media, sobrang mahalaga siya kaya we can access all types of guidelines, cook guidelines, so we can, copy or be inspired to the instructions.
Yeah. Then it's so easy na mag-YouTube ka na lang. Yeah. And then, ipunin mo yung mga go-to meals mo na madali. Yung akin medyo baboy, so I won't share it. It's like, ako pansit canton na isa, 4 na itlog. So, papakulang ko na yung manok to. Tapos na. So, meron na akong protein, carbs, and fat. Ibig ko sabihin na flexible dieting. Pasok siya sa akin because I'm heavy. Yeah, I can eat pansit canton, 4 na itlog, chicken breast. And it's still healthy, kinda healthy na. It's flexible dieting. So, you can just learn more. Parami namang resources dyan sa internet.
Alright, so going back to the very first question I cited in the introduction earlier, no? So more and more Filipinos are asking, can I eat healthy and still enjoy what's on my plate? So how do you respond to that? And where does the Café K fit into this context?
Well, it fits on this context kasi Café K, we don't really shove it in your face na healthy. Unlike other brands like yung mga love nating brands like Salad Stop, mga favorite ng mga ibang tao is like kami naman baltad. It's like this is conscious dining, informed choices, and we want to empower every Filipino to understand what goes into their plates. Na hindi para ito yung calories niyan, protein, fat, carbs. No, ito yung calories niyan, protein, fat, carbs because and why, parang ganon. So that's where we come in, is because we want to empower everyone and talk about how flexible lighting can be, how empowering knowledge is, and we want to share the information to our community na flexible dieting is a thing. You can get away with things without feeling guilty, without having a bad relationship with food or some ingredients na parang ayoko ng mayonnaise kasi bawal sabi sa akin ng doktor ko. Actually, yes, anything you can eat, anything as long as it fits things, diba? So we wanna be part of that and start a conversation about it. About flexible dieting, about be conscious with what you put in your mouth, and not antagonizing food, and having a better relationship with food. Parang
Alright, so Chef, I just want to clarify lang. Kasi ang nag-spark sa akin ngayon is yung calorie and macro breakdown na ino-offer you, which is unique or different sa pandinig ko ngayon. I mean, not all cafe offer that kind of
yes, kasi, for example, kasi there are a lot of diets, diba? And then, so, in some people na may maka-face sila na they want low carb, they want low fat, they want high protein, gano'n. So, every component namin, it's like if you get the chippies na side dish, are you gonna get the quinoa, or the adlay, or the rice? Yung adlay, mas maraming protein, etc. Well, it helps your decision making. Ma-fit mo yung macros mo to whatever you wanna eat. Unlike if you go down the restaurant, hindi ko pwede kainin yung chicken kasi fried yan. Hindi ko pwede isaw-saw sa sauce because then lalagpas ako. Ganun. Here, parang, hindi mo pwede gamitin yung sauce na yan. How about this? How about that? Okay, bawal ka ng hummus kasi maraming olive oil and it's too high fat. Okay, sige, itong nokcham ko na parang padis lang sa lime might help you out. And through that, nandun na yung conversation.
Right. So, exclusive lang ba ito sa mga gym goers or fitness enthusiasts? Yes, tong cafe natin. Or, pwede ka mag-walk-in?
Yeah, pwede ka mag-walk-in. And we would love it if people na hindi nga gym enthusiasts and hindi nga parang
Fitness enthusiasts.
head na fitness junkie. Because sila, na-reach na namin sila eh. They already know what's up. So parang hinikain na rin mga tao na come over, let's pop.
Alright. So now let's help our viewers naman sa underrated yung cafe and what are your current operating course?
Yeah, we're in a soft opening phase right now. So you can get to us sa M1 Towers. We're called Café K. HV de la Costa, and it's near Ateneo Makati. Sa Cebu Village.
Chef, I also heard you're a big on using locally sourced ingredients. So like peanut butter na gawa ng mom ng co-workmates mo and fresh vegetables from Tagaytay and Baguio. So can you tell us why is it important for you to include that identity sa Café K?
Okay, so I had mostly worked for big hotel companies. Like Brewed, Grand Hyatt, Brewed, the News of the Spiral, bago masana. And it was always a thing, foreign ingredients, fancy ingredients, And for this concept, I wanted to veer away from it. Why? Because, diba, healthy food, the message of like empowering every Filipino about food. So it only made sense na we should use as much as we can, di naman saying na almost exclusively, local products. Because it's about community eh.
Okay.
Us being situated sa village, inside the village, it should be about community. You have to be. There's a social obligation in owning a cafe or a restaurant. It's a local dive, so it only makes sense to use local ingredients. So, si Dan, our registered dietitian, he has a small farm. So doon namin pinadalim yung mga herbs namin. Parang ganun. And si Jerome naman, one of my chefs, he goes up talaga every week. Pinapa-drive namin siya pumunta ng Baguio or Tagaytay. Talk to local producers, talk to local suppliers. Because I believe in it, na it doesn't have to be expensive na eh. And at the same time, we're supplying people with jobs, so everything. So it becomes a big community and network. And then yung peanut butter nga, we use a lot of peanut butter kasi it's from one of our co-workers' mom na siya yung gumagawa talaga. So we get it shipped every month na marami. And then, karon lang. So everyone sa team namin or everyone na makakilala ng staff, if they have something that they do or they have something na tanim ni Dita, ganyan, we try to include it in our menu as much as we can.
So, hindi lang pala sa loob ng kitchen nangyayari lahat. from ng mga ingredients or ginagawa niyong meals. And then, meron ding contribution from
Yeah, as much as we can. It's a big advocacy of mine. I think everyone should be doing, or everyone is doing naman nowadays. So we just take it a step further. Medyo ganun lang talaga na we drive up, we see local suppliers, and it's not even about the quality of the ingredients. Kasi syempre kung ginawa mong fresh, maganda yan. But it's also about building something, being part of the community. For me, and being part of like society is something na pero natatakot ako mawala sa Pinas when people are so up in their phones all the time and you don't even know your neighbor anymore. So parang why not? Ba?
So would you say na it's also part of a movement ng sustainable?
Yes, exactly. Sustainability. I didn't want to say the word. So bad guys. Pero yes, exactly, sustainability.
Okay, so binabahagi mo ba or do you share this story to your customer? Kasi minsan when people hear that they are eating food na mula sa community, they are inspired or tumataas yung level of appreciation nila sa food.
Pero as much as we can naman, we do flex na ban yung rosemary na ginamit sa vinaigrette is from Dan's Farm. Yung peanut butter, funnily enough, kay sa mom ni Sheila, whatever. So it just builds this
Alright, so where do you see dining trends in Metro Manila, Kete?
It's always gonna be one thing or another. And for me kasi, I grew up the classical way. I used to work with Chef Colin Macayo sa restaurant, Blackbird sa La Bistro. And that guy has never cared about trends. And same rin with Kinetix Lab. And our values is we don't care much about gimmicks. We don't care much about trends. We try to be evidence-based. Ang counterpart naman sa kitchen and sa cafe is that we are very heavily technical. Na even if it's local ingredients, even if it's just a salad, it has to be done the proper way. You just have to be cared for with respect and everything. So, hindi ko na naiisip yung trends and gimmicks. I'm more of like, the foundation has to be good. The vegetables have to be perfect. And the temperature of the food has to be right. If I take care of the ingredients, then everything else is good.
Pero do you think Filipinos are becoming more open for conscious eating?
Oh yes, I saw something got passed sa QC. That restaurants have to parang lagay na yung nutritional facts of their food. So I think that's a great step forward. And a lot of more restaurants are doing it now. But then that's why iba yung sa amin. Kasi we took it a step further. We got partners na dietitians and nutritionists, and we want to build that narrative. Na bago na.
Alright, so if Café K can inspire a change in the way people eat, even just a little, what change would you like to see? So, Evio.
Oh, yeah. I think, a continuation lang of what we started. Na, right now, kasi we have over 40 clients. Na, we've only been here for like 6-7 months na kitchen, and then separated by. We have 40 clients na nag-avail na meal prep services namin. And everyone's talking to me and chatting our nutritionist up to that. It was like, pinapakita yung blood works. And then, sabi ng doctor, good boy daw ako. So, and then now, I've lost this much weight. I can carry my kids around. Sometimes naiyak siya. Kwento yung mga tao na now I can get to play with my kids. Now I can cook for my wife more. And it just builds and builds and builds. Parang snowball effect, domino effect. So I guess we just have to keep consistent and keep doing that. And that's the change I want to affect in the world. Not the world, pero sa amin. Sa ayan.
But where you want to position Café K in the restaurant industry?
I think we would have to see. But I have a lot of favorite bistros and cafes na like Sala Bistro, yung mga restaurants like Kaukai na casual. Put it out there. I want to see where it takes us kasi next naman lang kami sa bahay ko lang nag-prepare pa po. So I have no expectations for it as far as expectations or positioning goes. I just want us to be able to be consistent and master our craft. Kasi ganun din yung mga idol ko eh. Like, Sala Restaurant has been here since the 90s sa Malate. And they're still there. They're still the blackbird that's been here every day. Ganun lang ginagawa nila. So, I guess ganun yung gusto ko. Is like, I want to be known as that place na it's always gonna be a good choice. Sa tayo kakain, di ba? Sa bago na hindi natin alam kung consistent or like, doon na lang tayo ulit. I wanna be that guy, yung doon na lang tayo ulit. Kasi okay yung service doon. Kasi, ganito ganyan. Say, favorite ko yung mushroom or whatever. So, I guess yun. I just wanna be that community dive that serves with coffee, eventually, hearty food that can fit your macros and calories. And even if it's not, even if hindi ka pumunta doon to eat healthy food, you still go there. I would say, yun yung the goal.
Okay. Interesting, and can look forward.
Yeah.
Alright, so now, Chef, let's shift gears a bit and talk more about you. You've had such an interesting career path, starting out really young in the kitchen at 18 years old, right? And working alongside some of the best chefs in the industry. And then later excelling as an athlete and becoming one of the country's strongest men. And that's not the combination you hear every day. So how these two worlds, being a chef and being an athlete, connect for you?
Okay, so it has a lot of similarities naman, Aaron. Kasi, alam niyo, napanood mo yung The Bear? Yung series? Diba? So, anyways, running a kitchen kasi is thankless, countless hours. The expectation ng work ethic mo is above and beyond human capabilities sometimes. If it's like a really corporate kind of kitchen, like you had banquets and it feeding 2,000 people, it's a bit hectic. And the amount of character and discipline required to actually do it properly and throughout a long period of time, kasi medyo pressure siya. And same rin with being a competitive athlete. It requires tenacity, work ethic na you have to come in day in, day out. Medyo katpas na siya. There's no balance to working in the kitchen sometimes. There's no balance to being an athlete sometimes. So, going back to that, na faces lang talaga yung buhay, na pwede kang brumatrad dyan. And it's okay. Mapagod ka, na wala namang work-life balance talaga. If you really wanna do what you wanna do, pagod ka. You don't get to complain na walang date night, walang Netflix. So, I guess yun yung nag-bridge sa akin. Currently, I am undefeated since 2018. So, kaya noon, talo kasi, yung the work ethic that goes into it, the early days, late nights. I don't wanna be romanticizing toxic work culture or whatever. But, ganun talaga eh. If you wanna be the best, you have to put in the work. And I've been sleeping so much, bro. Ganun talaga.
So I just wanna ask, paano ka na-involved sa powerlifting?
Yeah,
Knowing that you started in the kitchen as
ayan, so
years old, right?
I used to work for Sofitel when I was 18, 2030. I was so fat, bro. Like, something with muscle building and strength training is, I'm 150 kilos right now, but mas maayos naman yung fit ng shirt because you have the muscle mass na. But back then, I was 120 kilos and my waistline was like 58. Parang ganyan. So, I'm very thankful for powerlifting. I got started because I was very socially awkward na teen. Nabasted ako. Nanginig ako sa opisina. And then, one day I just woke up and said, I want to be better. Started running, squatting, benching, deadlifting, powerlifting, and doing sprints. And then, eventually, internet, I found Kinetix Lab, or Kinetix Lab found me, got sponsored, is diretso na. And throughout that time, bago pa lang yung Anytime Fitness na, so gym ako ng madaling araw, uwi, gym ako ng madaling araw, and then tuloy-tuloy na. Then that's how I got started with powerlift.
Alright. So like, was there a specific moment na na-realize mo na, pwede ko pa na pagsabayin yung teacher at yung powerlifting?
I don't think there was a specific moment. I think, for me at the time, there was no other choice. Yun talaga yung gusto kong gawin.
Okay.
Because, hindi kasi ako lumalabas sa bahay. So, buhat, luto. With luto naman, it's not as much as a passion of mine. It's about taking pride in the work. Iba kasi yung passionate kasi isang bagay eh. Gusto mo talaga siyang gawin, happy ka dun eh. For me, it's like there's a frustrating quality lang with cooking na I have to do it good because that's the only thing I'm good at. Well, a lot of people naman, it's not, I don't see it as a negative thing. Parang, you have pride in your work, that's what.
Alright, so do you think, Chef, your background as an athlete influence how you approach food? Kasi most chefs focus primarily on flavor, presentation, and, technique. But in your case, you're also thinking about recovery, energy, and performance. So did that mindset shape the way you build menu, especially in your Café K?
With Dan kasi, our registered dietitian, he's my partner. Siya yung harap po. So it would delight the viewers na, no, it's the exact opposite. I try to make it as flavorful as I can, as restauranty as I can, and then Dan is gonna come in and say, Idol, medyo bawal na yan lagpas na yan, hindi na may kalis ito, 1,000 na o ganyan. And then over the course of like 8, 10, 1 year, we've developed that. Parang synchronized na kami. I understand na. And he understands na. And in the past, we would get upset with each other na parang, hindi na pwede tan kasi wala nang lasa. Parang ganun. So, we fix things. It's more of a collaborative process na I stick to my roots. I do classical Asian and Western dishes. Good technique. And Dan is gonna block me. Na parang, we can make more sense if we did this. Or like, hindi mo naman kailangan ng 300 grams ng butter dyan sa sauce na yan. So we don't substitute ingredients naman, pero we prep it and cook it in a way that it consumes less na calories.
Alright, so Chef, so with the establishment of Café K, paano ba natin dapat i-approach yung cravings and discipline?
Cravings, laging sinasabi sa akin nung nutritionist na namin. So, siya lang kasi kasama ko araw-araw eh. So, I don't condone it, but he always has a saying na you don't have to take it literally. Pero he says, mas okay nang kumain ka ng isang donut mas okay nang kumain ka ng isang donut araw-araw kaysa sa kumain ka ng isang dosenang donut isang araw. It talks about mediation and approaching things moderately. So, yun yung masasabi ko sa cravings. I'm an advocate of not antagonizing food or saying a certain food is the enemy or kaaway ko yan, bawal. So, cravings is all about moderation. I would, like, di mo naman kailangan kumain ng 3 Snickers bar eh. Parang, like, kagataw mo, hatiin mo sa 3. Then you get to have your cravings and then you get to pursue your goal. So, discipline naman, I'd say, it's okay to relapse. It doesn't make you a bad person. And your diet does not dictate your worth. A lot of people has sobrang laking ties ng mental health nila and their worth to what they put in their body and how their body looks. You just have to remember na just because you screwed up eating doesn't mean you're a bad person. Just because you screwed up in one aspect of your goal doesn't mean everything burns down na. So yun, parang you just like your diet is just one slice of the pie. Everything else is still intact. So that's what I would say.
Okay.
Fall down 2 times, get up 5.
Okay, so Chef, what I really take away from our conversation today is that healthy eating isn't about strict diets or giving up the food we love. It's just about, being more mindful and intentional with what we put on our plate. And what's inspiring about Café K is that you've shown us na pwedeng pagsamahin yung flavor, nutrition, and even affordability. No? So it reminds us that food is not just fuel for the body, but also a way to connect with ourselves and choices we make every day. And for a lot of Filipinos who are still wondering if mindful eating is possible without sacrificing taste or budget, Café K proves that, oo, kaya siya. So, if a young aspiring chef or athlete ask you, Chef, gusto kong sundan yung path mo, ano yung message na pwede mo intay sa kanya?
A lot of skills I learned in running things, I didn't learn from cooking. I had different endeavors that gave me a unique skill set in being able to run operations in the business more effectively. So I would say to aspiring chefs or athletes, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify mo yung skill set mo. Mag-upskill ka. Because you don't want cooking to be your only thing. It is very depressing. So you have to better yourself. Hindi na multo.
Oh.
You can be something else, not just a chef. Because with this profession, it's long hours. Sometimes, nakadikit na dun yung identity mo and your self-worth. And it ends up sucking the life out of you. So, medyo mental healthy. Pero, don't put your eggs in one basket. You can be passionate while taking care of yourself. Because that's one thing na sobrang years hindi ko nagagawa. It's like, alam ko there's no balance to like, work-life balance. We don't believe in it, sabi. But then again, no one told you not to take care of yourself. So that's you be mature day ko. Like, chefs, na future chefs, take care of yourselves and learn something else.
But why don't you believe in work-life balance?
Because for what I want to do in my life and for what I set out to do, it's okay not to have balance. If it was balanced, then I'm gonna clock out na lang and then bukas na yan. But for me, I have an obsessive personality. Or if not obsessive, hyperfixation. That's why I won 3 Philippines Strongest Man. That's why I defeated the guy na 3 times kaya nanalo. That's why I'm still kicking. And it would be a big disservice to myself if I pursued balance ngayon, that I'm an able-bodied man. If I pursued balance, then it wouldn't make me reach for the greats. So parang ganun yung try ko i-imply na parang wala nang work-life balance. Tirahin mo na yung kailangan mong tirahin ngayon, saka ka magpahinga.
Okay.
Because when you say work-life balance, parang gitna ka lang eh. Pero when you say, ratatin mo to, i-rush mo tong goal mo for the next 4 months, be better, learn something, and then take another phase of life. Now you can reap what you sow. Saka ka magpahinga. And then, hindi na naman work-life balance. Parang yun.
Okay.
It gets me to my goals faster, I'd say.
Okay.
Although, burnout, pag na-burnout ka, magpahinga ka. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kasi, minsan na may misconstrue natin yung word eh, na parang, baka wala kang makasang dream mo kag puro balance lang hinahabol mo. So, parang yun na yung naging parang track ko on the past.
Alright.
Bata ka pa, balance ka agad ng isip mo. It's medyo
Set siya sa perspective ng mga millennials and Gen Z ngayon na they are eyeing na work-life balance.
Although I would love it on paper, it's such a dream na parang, Friday work week, 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day, but I can't support it wholeheartedly because the skill set I learned wasn't built on work-life balance. It was double shifts, toxic na, iniiwan ako ng mga chefs ko, nag-ios sila sa labas, ako na dito na. So like, I'm kind of thankful because then I learned everything through volume and repetition and mastery. I wouldn't have gotten that if I clocked up 5 o'clock as now. But like, if I D&D'd my phone ng gabi, parang gano'n. So yeah, opposite kasi, all the people my age just wanna rest lang. Because medyo pagod talaga kami. But, that doesn't mean I don't want to rest. It's just that having a specific goal in mind and wanting mastery or greatness, for me, hindi siya kaya kung gusto mo mag-work-life balance. You just pick one.
Okay.
Parang gano'n. Work-life balance o mastery? Work-life balance o whatever your success is in life.
So, Chef, before we wrap up, what's your message to our viewers and listeners, especially those who want to live healthier but don't know where to start?
I'd say, first, know how to track your calories. May maraming calorie app dyan, like MyFitnessPal and stuff like that. And then, to live healthier, you just do more. So, it can be as easy as walking around more, getting your steps in, learning how to do a pull-up, doing more push-ups at home, it's not as expensive as people think, you know. So, pwede kang mag-workout, magtipid ka with food, not eat out as much, magluto ka ng sarili mo. I think that's a good start, is learning how to cook, doing your own groceries, contact mo yung local mong palengke, punta ka doon. And, yeah, track your calories and move more. And take care of yourself. Your mental health is also have to be checked.
Yes, okay. So what can we look forward to from Cafe to the coming months?
So, Café K is the exact opposite ng lifting naman. It's about rest and pausing for a while. We're gonna start a dinner menu. Hopefully, we're gonna serve spirits and alcohol as well. And hopefully more and more good eats and a better, more curated na menus.
Okay, so can you invite our viewers to visit your cafe?
Okay. Come over to Café K. We're located in M1 Towers, HV de la Costa, Salcedo Village, Makati. And we're open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. But that might change kasi soft opening. So, see you guys there.
Alright, so very kailan natin expecting hard ugahin ito?
By 2 months, girls, I want the service to be impeccable. Because yung price range namin is like low min scale. But since yung background ko medyo arte, so I want it to be like that. It costs nothing naman for better service. So we have to pulido, and that takes time.
Right. Okay, so thank you so much, Chef Carlos, for joining us here on Freshly Brewed. And it's been such a rich conversation, learning not only about Café K, but also about your personal journey as chef and passe. So to our viewers and listeners, don't forget to visit Café K at the ground floor of M1 Tower, HP de la Costa, Salcedo Village, Makati, and they're currently on soft opening, so check out their Instagram and Facebook pages for updates on ours, menu, and reservations. And of course, keep tuning in to Freshly Brewed for more inspiring conversations with the people shaping how we live, work, and dine today. Once again, I am Eiron Francisco, and this has been another Freshly Brewed episode. Thank you, and see you next time.
And that wraps up our Freshly Brewed episode for today. Thank you for tuning in to Freshly Brewed. Stay informed, stay inspired, and make smarter choices every day with BusinessMirror. For the latest stories and updates, visit our website, businessmirror.com.ph, for a broader look at today's business. And follow us on our social media channels. Stay ahead, know more, and see you next time.